everyone, and welcome to Inside the Big Dynasty League. As always, I'm your host, Mike. With me, as always, is the stat man, Petey Cunningham, and the commish, Clyde Randall Waters. We have an incredibly exciting week to talk about this week, plus it's a doubleheader week, so we're going to be changing up the flow a little bit. We're not going to talk about every single game for last week, but we're going to try and touch on everything we can, because it's insanely busy.
So much action.
With that being said, let's move on and take a look at last week's matchup of the week.
Matchup of the week.
This one was an epic battle, an epic duel, and other epic things between Hernandez's pistol offense and Get Off Me.
Get off me!
Statman, break it down.
Breaking it down, Hernandez's pistol offense with a thorough 25-point thrashing of Get Off Me. Even with starting Ryan Mallett, I counted Hernandez's pistol offense out because of starting Ryan Mallett, who is terrible. As we saw when he played the Bengals, he's awful. But Get Off Me just didn't have, basically had Des Bryant with 27. Colts defense even got him 25. Thought that might really help him. But Hernandez's pistol offense, Isaiah Crowell busts out for 20 points. Ben Tate, cut, get out of here. Isaiah Crowell, dominating game, 20 points to help lead Hernandez's pistol offense to victory. Wide receivers, just, they do what they do. Solid wide receiver, especially the Green Bay Packers. Hernandez's pistol offense gets the win.
That's right, man. That Matt Forte helped out, too.
Matt Forte, 28 points. A lot of good performances from the top-tier running backs this week.
That's true. I feel like we had a strong week for a lot of players this week.
Mm-hmm.
If I remember correctly, was I the only one to pick Hernandez pistol offense in this matchup?
No, I picked Hernandez's pistol. No, wait. I'm gonna Get Off Me. I'm all back. I'm all confused. I'm gonna Get Off Me.
I don't remember what I did last week.
Solely because of Ryan Mallett.
But I told you, when it comes to quarterback issues, Hernandez pistol offense just works his way right through those.
Ryan Mallett, no quarterback, Cam Newton. He gets the job done, regardless.
All right, moving on, unless we got anything else to say about that matchup. I don't think we do. We're going to take a look at one more matchup because it was just incredible. Upset of the week.
Upset of the week.
Yes.
Hold on, we usually don't say that.
No, we don't. But
it doesn't happen often.
No. Brought to you by Epicac. That's that stuff that makes you vomit, right? Upset stomach.
Upset
Pepto!
stomach.
Brought to you by Pepto.
Brought to you by Pepto.
Yes, we have real sponsors and we make them up on the spot. Pepto-Bismol presents the upset matchup of the week. The FC Acid Kickers versus the San Francisco 69ers. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, that is a sex joke. Statman, what happened here?
What happened in this one was Odell Beckham, 36 points, and I saw on the Twitter that he made a pretty good catch, is what I heard. Maybe we'll get into that later. But Odell Beckham, 36. Delaney Walker, 20. Anquan Bolden, 28. Drew Brees, 26. 168 for the Acid Kickers.
A season high.
A season high, 168. 69ers. Been having a good run lately. But Jonas Gray. Started Jonas Gray, got the 0. Got the goose egg from Jonas Gray.
Didn't even play a snap in the game.
This is Bill Belichick.
Now let me just real quick, Statman. As you know, I'm not
the scoop on that.
I'm not the expert like you are. But it's my understanding that playing players who don't play in the game really hinders your ability to win those matchups.
I think so. Unless you're Hernandez's pistol offense.
And then it seems to work out for
you can still win. But anybody else, it's not a good strategy.
I will say the Niners did not know that Jonas Gray was not going to be playing the game. Unlike Victoria's Secret, who started Julius Thomas, who was ruled out before the game even started.
This is true.
Jonas Gray didn't get a snap because he overslept and missed practice one day this week. And Bill Belichick was like, if we're not important to you, you're not important to us. And he sat him.
Man.
Said, you might be on the cover of Sports Illustrated, but you ain't to us.
Yeah. I don't like you, and I don't like sleeves. That's why I cut them off all of my hoodies.
We'll cut you off the team.
Boom!
You don't show up.
All right, moving on. We're going to move on now to our awards of the week because we're going to touch on most of the games with them. We're going to start off with our Hershey Milk Dud of the Week. This is the player that just gets stuck in your teeth. Just a dud. Didn't do nothing. This week it goes to Frank Gore. Commish. Why did Frank Gore, owned by Monte Ball, or I came in like a Monte Ball.
I came in like a Monte Ball.
Get this award.
Why? Because Frank Gore is old, sucks, and he's just done. I don't know why you would start Frank Gore anymore. Hold on, we got breaking news coming in from ESPN.
Breaking news.
Breaking news. Kirk Herbstreit said something. And that's about it.
Okay.
Anyways,
Moving on.
Frank Gore had like 32 yards and a fumble in this horrible performance.
36 yards, sir.
36 yards, give it, whatever.
And I believe they did lose as well, so that did not help them at all.
They did lose, and I heard that somebody told her to pick up Frank Gore this week. I heard that somebody told her that it would be a good idea.
Man,
Or else they said they were going to take him.
what kind of weird loser suggests picking up Frank Gore?
Was it the same person who drafted her team from
It
the get-go?
might have been the person that drafted half of her team. Frank Gore had double-digit points in the last 2 games before this week. Her running back situation is dire, as we have seen. So, I just said, you got the salary room, you got a roster spot. Why don't you pick up Frank Gore?
That's like his 4th or 5th game this season, though, where he's had under 5 points, I think.
But her running backs are terrible, so
That's
it's
true.
not like... It's
I
not
offered
really
her a
like
trade
she
for a running
benched.
back a while ago. She told me my running backs suck.
That's true.
Well, they're better than Frank Gore, apparently. Moving on.
I will just say this. All of her other running backs, the top point score was Doug Martin with 4.1. So, I'm just saying.
Not a giant improvement.
I mean, it wasn't like, start Frank Gore because he's going to help you make the playoffs. It was like, start Frank Gore because everybody
You
else
got nothing
sucks.
left to lose. Moving on, we got the Ram pickup of the week. Goes to the highest point scored by a player picked up off the waiver wire. This week is going to Kenny Stills, owned by the San
Stills.
Francisco 69ers. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, that is a sex joke.
That is a sex joke.
Kenny Stills had 17.6 points this week. Got him through various ways of catching footballs and running yards and possibly scoring touchdowns.
8 points, 98 receiving yards. Kenny Stills seemed to be the one of the biggest beneficiaries of
Drew Brees?
Brandon Cooks being out for the rest of the year. So, might be a nice pickup for the 69ers down the stretch.
All right, moving on, we have the Jones Soda Whoop-Ass Energy Drink Whoop-Ass Award. This goes to the team that just absolutely dominated and pounded in every way, shape, or form another team. And this week, it goes to Wayne Enterprises, owned by our very own Statman Petey Cunningham, with his discount double up brought to you by State Farm over the Bench Dogs, owned by me. I suck.
Discount double up!
Discount double up.
Statman, talk about your victory.
Every player... there went the battery. Every
no.
single player...
Oh man, we're going off script now!
Statman's flying blind.
Every single player on Wayne Enterprises scored 11 points or more, minus the tight end, Mercedes Lewis, who scored 0.5. But it didn't matter. 169 points, enough to get the win. And just not the best week for the Bench Dogs. Just not really sure what happened. Phil Rivers, not a good game. Alfred Morris had a good 20.
Just real quick, with exception of Alfred Morris, every player on the Bench Dogs scored under 15 points.
That is not...
That's not how you win football games.
That's not how you win a game.
The way to do things.
Also, I will say Josh Gordon, he's back.
Josh
He started.
Gordon. I love
Decent
Josh
game
Gordon.
here for first game back. What, 8 receptions, 120 yards?
8 receptions, 120 yards. I told somebody that if I can win one of my big 2 leagues, I will buy a Josh Gordon jersey, and I will wear it next year. So,
You're going to wear a Browns jersey?
Well,
I
considering...
will wear a Browns jersey. Josh Gordon, he's the man. He's winning me money, man.
Whatever.
Anyways,
Moving on.
Sorry.
this puts you, 3 weeks in a row as the
3 weeks in a
Jones Soda
row.
Whoop-Ass Energy Drink Team of the Week.
4 of the last 5 weeks, Wayne Enterprises has been the top point scorer, and the only week they weren't, they were second. So, Wayne Enterprises is on a roll, but playoffs haven't even started yet. My biggest fear is running out of juice, playoffs hit just like last year, and I peaked too early. That's really my biggest story about Wayne Enterprises. It's the story of my life, really.
Just going way too soon.
Just going way too soon.
Getting too excited, just boom! You just blew it too soon.
Yep.
Nothing left. You just flop around. Useless.
All right, moving on to the Poopery Team of the Week.
The Poopery Poo-Poo Team of the Week. When you gotta take a dump but you don't want it to smell, use Poopery. That one goes to the Bench Dogs for the third time this season, which I'm not sure, but I think is probably the most of the season.
No, you just tied me.
I just tied you. Okay. Good. So we'll get to see here.
Oh, did you like your score? 8-4, 8-4.
I do actually like that score. It has to do with some of my particular
number quirks.
Psychoses, I guess you could say. But anyway, moving on, we're going to take a look at the Gillette Close Shave of the Week.
You need to get the other side. You got. There we go.
All right, this one goes to Wolfgang United versus Calvin. Who?
Calvin who?
Who?
Calvin who beat Wolfgang United 143.26
0.58.
to 143.58 to 143.26. That is worded backwards. A margin of victory that is less than 1 point. Now I'm no mathematician, but that's pretty close, Statman.
The
That
math
is
is
pretty
right
close.
there. 0.32.
0.32.
0.32 margin of victory. That is 8 passing yards in our league.
Man.
8 passing yards.
That might be the closest close shave game of the week we've ever had.
I mean, that
pretty
is
crazy.
like close shaved. Like shaved closely.
Like a baby's butt.
I mean, if we didn't have...
Why are you shaving butts on babies?
Oh, like, that's what it feels like when it's shaved so closely.
How many babies' asses are you feeling?
It's just the same. It's an expression.
I mean, if we didn't already have a tie in this league, this would have to be the closest game we'd ever have. It's the second closest.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because a tie, the same score is closer than slightly different.
Yes, but exciting matchup with this one. It came into Monday Night Football.
It all comes down to Monday night. Ba-da-da-da-da-da.
Colston and Graham for Wolfgang United with Decker versus Calvin who? So Decker got 10.3, so then it came down to whether the Saints players could get enough, and they came up just short.
0.32 short, as a matter of fact. Moving on, we got the Cialis Team of the Week. This is for the team that was just limp and useless for weeks and came back nice and hard and gave someone a really good pounding. And that goes to the FC Acid Kickers, who just pounded the 69ers. And yes, that is a sex joke. Man, Kamish, talk about this.
Let's see, the Acid Kickers, they were on a 4-game losing streak. Talk about being on Skid Row.
Skid marks everywhere, man.
Oh, man. And but they showed up this week in a game that mattered, pulling off the big upset over a rival of theirs, taking down the Niners. Everybody who needed to show up showed up for the Acid Kickers this week.
Just think, this is the team that lost to Los Panos Desnudos twice, and they beat the 69ers.
That's right.
So, this FCS Kickers team, they're like the anti-Steelers. They're just not good, but you never know when they're going to show up.
Boom. Science. Next up, we got the Dave Lapham Surprise Player of the Week.
Balls out! Balls out!
Woo, sexy.
Face rape.
Bam! Bam! Bam!
Coffin nails.
This one goes to Odell Beckham Jr.
Odell Beckham
Junior.
Owned by the FC Acid Kickers. 36.4 points, 15 more points than he has had in any game this season. And from what I've been told, he actually had a relatively good catch. What do you think, Kamish?
Well, let's see. One of those catches that helped him get 10 receptions, 2 touchdowns, a total of 146 yards, was apparently caught one-handed, behind his back, crossing the pylon kind of catch.
I'm thinking I might make a catch like that in 2 days in the Turkey Bowl. I'm thinking I might make a catch like that. So,
This catch sounds like something that if I were a short, pink eye-ridden announcer, I might claim is the best throw in NFL history.
Oh, Bob Costas.
Someone farted in that dude's pillows, let me tell you. Because he looked rough in the Olympics. But he says this is the best catch of all time.
I know. That's what's been floating around. All the announcers, all the shows, all the articles declaring this possibly the best catch in NFL history. I think that's up for debate. And to help us with that debate, I invited a guest on the show today to help us with that.
That's right. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to introduce to you the #1 fan of Inside the BDL, that stands for Big Dynasty League. So much so that he watches this show and doesn't even have a team in the league. His name is Allan Henle, and he is live with us in studio today.
in studio.
Allan, welcome to the show, sir. Is this a dream come true?
It is,
or
it is.
an extremely great dream come true?
I'd have to go with the extremely great dream come true.
All right. Well, welcome. Thank you for coming.
Thanks for having me.
I think we're going to show a clip of the throw.
Yeah. So we want your opinion of this catch. I'm going to play a clip here.
Clips brought to you with signed permission from NFL and the New York Giants.
No, clips I stole from YouTube.
On the internet. Free.
Yes.
You can't sue us!
And here,
We're not profiting except
let's
for
play
from our
the catch.
sponsors.
It's playing.
He's the running back. Play action.
Yeah, man. Runs back.
And Manning's gonna
Launches it deep right.
Oh!
Pass interference on the defense, but it doesn't.
He gets up like, what now? What now?
This is sick. Put this
Oh,
Get off me.
little
Get
offensive,
off me.
little offensive
boy.
pass interference, but
that
nobody
may be
talks
the
about
greatest
it.
catch I've ever seen. Number 39.
Damn. Talk about a catch.
That may be the greatest
All right.
catch I've ever seen in my life. After being
So,
Pretty good.
Allan, what do you think? What are your thoughts?
Well, I think it was a great catch. I would have to agree, but I don't think it is the greatest catch of all time.
So you're saying you disagree with Bob Costas?
I do disagree with Bob Costas.
The man is a legend.
The man is short.
Yeah, sure. I don't know. It wasn't a clutch game catch. It wasn't playoffs. It was just a regular season catch.
I agree with you on this. You know, when I heard that Odell Beckham Jr. had a one-handed catch in the game, I was not surprised at all. My first thought was, I've seen him do that. He does it time and time again. As a matter of fact, the Giants run a drill where he catches the ball one-handedly routinely. I got clips of that too. Let's watch this. This is him in a warm-up before a game.
So graceful. So graceful.
Here he is.
Oh, greatest catch of all time again!
Oh!
Just running drills, one-handed, just pulls them out of the air like it's nothing.
Oh, another greatest catch of all time!
Okay.
Oh, ew.
Oh, another greatest catch of all
And
time!
he can throw with like either hand. I mean, can it be considered a greatest catch, something clutch, important, game-changing, if it's something they've practiced time and time again?
I would just say it's not the greatest catch of all time. It's a very good catch. I could not catch the
Very
ball.
good.
But someone at my other place of employment, because I do work 2 jobs, believe it or not, inside the Big Dynasty League money is not enough for me to
Our
only work 1
Telemundo
job.
contract.
Not yet.
just
Telemundo
not
contract's
Not
in
yet.
shambles. Apparently some of my Spanish was questionable. But, I mean...
We didn't know those were curse words.
I know. How are we supposed to know it's Spanish?
didn't know
No one
that.
speaks Spanish.
Google Translator is good, but it led
Apparently,
us astray.
it's not flawless. Anyway, his comment was, I'd like to see these types of catches, or go back in history, since it's the greatest catch of all time, without the little super sticky gloves they use these days.
Yes, cheater.
I mean,
gloves.
they just grab this ball and it just sticks there anyway. You ever see that movie, The Replacements, with Keanu Reeves? Where the guy puts the glue on and he can't get the ball off his hands? That's what it is.
Yeah, I agree. So, Allan, have you seen other catches that you would say rival this catch that you can think of?
Well, a few years ago, back in the undefeated Patriots playing New York. I
New
don't remember the player's
York.
name, but he made the catch off his helmet. It was crazy. I think that catch probably the greatest of all time.
That catch was actually so good that David Tyree said, I'm not playing football anymore.
Pull
I'm
a
going
George
out,
Costanza.
Super Bowl champ with the greatest catch of all time. I'm walking away.
That's it for me, ladies and gentlemen. Going out on top. Going out on a high note.
And if you, for those of you who don't remember this catch, we have this clip pulled up too. Play that for you right now.
Miracle came close to a game-ending interception.
Eli Manning
Well, that's
again.
about as
So you have to have a
demonstrative as you're going to
miracle
see
to catch
Eli
a
Manning.
ball thrown by Eli Manning or be the defense. Oh! Because he's a big
Pressure from Thomas
So
on
Eli
the
Manning gets in
edge.
trouble.
Eli Manning
He scrambles,
stays on his feet.
just lobs
Airs it out
out of
down
nowhere.
the field.
Bam!
It is
Jumps up,
caught
catches
by
it.
Tyree.
Ooh, sexy catch.
A contested catch again.
Inside the
Here's
25
crazy.
and a
It's
timeout
the Super
taken.
Bowl. There's a minute left in the game. Super Bowl, minute left in the game. They're down, going against the undefeated Patriots. Quarterback is being flushed out of the pocket. He just throws the ball out there, praying somebody's going to catch it. David Tyree jumps up and catches it with his
on
hand.
the helmet.
On the helmet.
On the helmet.
Fingers, right?
With Rodney Harrison, one of the greatest defensive backs of his generation, draped all over him, pulls it down.
Exactly. I'm just absolutely
It doesn't
blown
get any
away.
better.
I mean, just correct me if I'm wrong, Statman, because you are the smarter one of the two of us here. But, I mean, the undefeated Patriots, that means they hadn't lost yet, right?
That means that they had not tasted defeat in a game.
What are you talking about feet? They didn't taste defeat?
Defeat, yes. Defeat.
Why
So,
do they taste feet? They don't have a foot fetish.
one of the things that people are making the argument of
They just smelled.
Interesting.
with this catch by Beckham was that he only used a couple fingers to do it. Alan, did you see that in the catch? He only used a couple
he used
fingers?
only a couple fingers. I did.
Right. So I thought we would compare the two catches real quick, just to get some more definitive evidence here. We're going to first pull up the Beckham catch. Make this live here. And let's see. Well, let's dive in and take a look. And this is, it's kind of a bad angle. But you can see here. Let's see if we can magnify this for you guys. See if we can go. I'm drawing on it.
Does this dude in the back have a camera and he's not pointing
Yes,
it on Odell Beckham?
yes.
So he has a camera. His job is to take pictures, and he was so amazed
Look at him. He's like,
that he
huh?
was just like,
What?
Damn, what a catch!
What?
I'm putting the camera down.
Anyways, you can kind of see here there's only a couple fingers on that ball. What I find more interesting is that apparently he shaves his armpit.
Wow, that's weird.
No armpit hair there.
The armpit hair would get stuck on the jersey.
Makes him
Sometimes he goes up and he's like, ow, ow, and then it causes him to miss. I understand.
I do want to comment here on the perfect arc of his back, right here.
Ballerinas would be proud.
Yes,
graceful.
look at that.
Elegant.
And
I have a
what do
cousin
you
who's a
think he's
ballerina.
thinking here?
Nachos. Let me get some nachos after the game.
And he's just like staring right at him, right there.
I want to eat nachos off that butt.
Yeah. He's like, oh no, his butt's coming to my face.
Nachos!
You do any more of that drawing, and it's going to start to look
What?
a little iffy.
What are you talking about?
All right, let's go to the other one.
Oh, the drawing's on Alan now. Let me get that off. of
Yeah, you need to get rid of it. Okay, there we go. There we
Okay,
go.
now let's go look at David Tyree's catch here. So let's pull this up here. And where are we talking about the finger thing? Look, right there. 2 fingers catching that ball.
And a helmet.
And a helmet. And the helmet's a round, shiny surface that's slick that he's using to catch that ball. I would say that's hard to do. Also, look, he's being absolutely manhandled by this gentleman right here. He's just
And
feeling him
all
up.
over him.
Oh, look, zoom in on that guy's face again.
Which guy? This guy?
Yeah.
He's
Oh,
enjoying that.
see, that guy, he's looking for hot dogs.
Oh, man, he's just really enjoying that.
He's like, hey, man, let's get some hot dogs.
He's just enjoying it so much. Let's
This is a great waste of our time. This is awesome. We are impressed.
Look, I mean, 2 fingers.
But he also has another hand on it.
Oh, still, but that hand's being contested by this gentleman right here.
He doesn't have the ballerina arc either.
No, but if you look, his butt is sitting right on the shoulder.
I mean-
A sit-down helmet catch.
I mean, he's literally getting his ass kicked
Right.
while making the catch.
Like,
That's
He's
a
still
corn dog
pulling
right there.
it down.
Corn dog.
Corn dog. Corn dog.
With a minute left in the game, too.
And this guy, Sanders, he's just watching it all. Just watching it.
He wants some nachos, I'm telling you.
Gosh. Anyways.
Back to us.
Whew. Yeah.
Anyway.
I think the argument can be made that the Beckham catch was amazing, perfect for Sunday Night Football. What a better state to have it on. But greatest catch in NFL history?
Not quite.
I say no.
I say no, Bob Costas.
We say no. The problem is we just live in a society that is right here, right now, is the greatest ever.
Right here, right
It's got to be the greatest.
now.
That's what happens to the Odell Beckham thing. And it was amazing, but once you take a step back, you realize, great catch, maybe top 5 of all time.
Now-
Not the greatest.
Side conversation, real quick. Do you think it was Joel Hoff's girlfriend that farted on Bob Costas' pillow to give him pink eye? Like she farted on Joel's pillow to give him pink eye that last year? Or do you think it was Bob Costas' wife that farted on his pillow?
Is Joel's girlfriend Bob Costas' wife?
Joel, are you an adulterer?
Wow.
Whoa.
I don't think so. I think they're both not married to Bob Costas.
I agree. No, I think it's a coincidence.
Coincidence? Okay, moving on. Let's ask our guest here, biggest Inside the BDL fan, a couple of questions. How many episodes, Allan Henle, of Inside the BDL have you seen?
I've watched a couple episodes of season 1. I didn't watch the whole season, and then I started in season 2. I think I'm on episode 8 or 9 of season 2. So
Nice.
Wow.
Probably 12.
So almost a baker's dozen.
Yeah, almost.
Man, that's awesome. How did you stumble upon such a great TV show on YouTube? Or video show, because they're not on TV because of a Telemundo contract. But
We're a
anyway.
YouTube show.
YouTube show.
Well, Randy was my young life leader, so I talked to him a lot. He said he was
Randy.
Clyde Randall Waters.
The commish.
The commish. The commish.
Commish.
Sorry.
Oh, okay.
What am I doing? And we always talked about having this show, and this year I finally convinced him to tell me how to get a hold of it so I could watch it. So
Awesome. Well, thank you for watching. We
No
super
problem.
appreciate
love
it.
it.
Any questions for him?
Who's your favorite team to follow in the Big Dynasty League?
That's a tough one. I would have to say I came in like a Monte Ball just because I love the name.
I came in like a
Monte
Monte
Ball.
Ball.
I love the name. I think it's creative, and it's probably one of my favorite teams.
Good choice. Good choice.
Petey drafted that team.
Part of the team.
Part
Yeah,
of the team.
part of
The other team, the other half was drafted inside of McDonald's in New York, right?
Yes.
Because that made sense.
It did at the time.
So, I'm going to ask you a classic Inside the BDL question. Would you rather fight a bear or a gorilla? And why, sir?
I'd have to fight a bear, just because a gorilla is much more muscular than and I think I have a better chance against a bear. I don't know. It's a
You don't
tough
think the
one.
bear's much more
I
muscular
mean,
than
he
you are?
is. He is, but I think I could take a bear. A gorilla would probably just toss me around.
All right. Kamish, any questions?
I'd like to get on tape and for the record, the true reasoning as to why when you eat pancakes, you rip it apart with your hand.
Instead of using a fork and knife like a human.
It's
Is
just-
this why you want to fight a bear? Are you part bear?
No, I'm not. I don't know. I just find it easier to rip them apart rather than using a fork and knife. It's a lot faster to use my hands, even though it hurts every time. I don't know. It's just hard to get through the fluffiness of the pancakes with a knife, so I just rip them apart with my hands.
Have you ever thought about
Interesting.
going the tactic of just eating them whole?
No, I don't think I could fit the whole thing in my mouth.
Cut
That's
that.
what-
We want to keep that on its own.
That's a good. That's a good soundboard. I see a soundboard coming in 6
Soundboard, yeah. Oh, man.
Anyways, do you ever get pancakes where they come with like butter already on top of them?
I do sometimes when I forget to ask for it to not have butter on it.
So when you go to rip it apart, like how do you handle that?
I just go through it. I don't.
You just get your hands all buttery and
Yeah.
Mm.
They make bathrooms and napkins for a reason.
All right. So, hey, do you play fantasy football in any league that is clearly not as great as the Big Dynasty League?
I do. I have 2 this year. Normally I'm in 3, but the other one didn't get started. One of them I'm not so good in, and the other one I'm 7-4-1. Had a tie in there.
Had a tie. Wow.
Yeah. So
ties all around this year.
yeah. Yeah, not as good as this one, and I don't know. It's just good. It's a fun time.
So, being in the league, I'm sure you got coming close to playoff time. Do you have any questions you want to ask us, some advice you want from us about roster setup, waiver pickups, anything like that?
Mind you, we do have a fantasy football TV show.
No, not right now.
He has 2 whole wins this season.
3.
3!
Yeah, back to back.
Back-to-back wins
I
in
don't
one
think
time.
so. I find it interesting how there's one of the better guys here and 2 of the not so good guys on the show. Makes it fun.
Ouch, guys. He said you're not that good.
Look, I win other leags.
Hey, but not this one.
Well, you know.
We make a TV show on this one.
All right. Well, let's see. Let's move on. We're gonna keep Allan around. We're gonna have him do some guest picks.
Guest picking.
But let's start off by picking our matchup of the week. This week, since it's a double... I'm getting there. This week, since it's a double-header week, we got Double Mint Gum to help sponsor the Double Mint Double Matchups of the Week. Matchups of the Week.
Matchups of the week.
We're looking at, I'm talking 2 matchups of the week. Wayne Enterprises versus the 69ers. That's a sex joke. Hernandez Pistol Office versus Victoria's Secret. Stab it. Break the first one down for me. And we're going to go around the room and get our picks.
First one, Wayne Enterprises versus the 69ers. Yes, that is a sex joke. Wayne Enterprises, believe on a 5-game winning streak. Hottest team in the league coming into this matchup. 69ers been the favorite all year. This is a matchup. I've been looking forward to this one for a long time. And I'm excited.
About 13 weeks?
About 13 weeks I've been looking forward to going against the 69ers to find out exactly what Wayne Enterprises is made of. And I completely just messed up my screen. And so anyway, San Francisco 69ers. Yep, sex joke. I got to go with the 69ers in this one. Wayne Enterprises has got to hit a wall sometime. You can't lead the league in scoring every single week. It's not going to happen. So, kind of hoping Wayne Enterprises has a little bit of a down week this week instead of blowing up like last year, so that way can pick back up on good weeks once the playoff starts. I'm going with the 69ers with the win.
All right, Commish.
Well, interesting. This is the first game between these 2 franchises this year. So I don't have any history really between these 2. This is like
That means they haven't played before.
Ha!
Man,
Took 13 weeks to make it happen.
Yeah.
just like a baby.
Yeah. Anyways, looking at this, so I would say the Niners here, I think they're going to struggle this week. Just as we saw last week, their running back situation has some promise, but it's not solid. And their receivers, Kenny Stills was a good pickup, but is he going to be consistent throughout the rest of the season? I don't know. Pierre Garçon, I mean, he is what he is. With RG3 thrown to him and this Jay Gruden offense that they're trying to do right now, he's not going to do anything for him. Wayne Enterprises is ahead, projected right now by 50 points, so I'm going Wayne Enterprises.
All right, going over to our special guest pick, Allan Henle. Who you going with?
So it's an interesting matchup. I like Eddie Lacy with the running back. Green Bay's at home this week. That means they're a big game for them. Josh Gordon's back from Cleveland for Cleveland, so he's gonna probably have a big game. I like Wayne Enterprises, like Randy said, what the commish said. With 69ers, their running back situation is it's not good. So I think I'm gonna have to go with Wayne Enterprises.
All right, I'm going Wayne Enterprises as well. They've been scoring a lot of points. I think they're going to keep it up. It's not like they got a bunch of buys or anything. Next up, we're going to take a look at our second matchups of the week.
Matchups of the week.
Hernandez Pistol Office versus
Nanny.
versus Victoria's Secret. current league champion.
Whiskey Tango Foxtrot.
Yes. Statman, stop. Start talking so I can stop.
I will start talking. Very exciting matchup here. 6-game winning streak for Victoria's Secret coming to this one.
She should have lost this past week.
The defending champ hitting her stride right before the playoffs. Hernandez Pistol offense, solid team. I gotta say, Hernandez Pistol offense, Green Bay Packers, they're playing the Patriots at home, and normally they destroy whoever they play at home, but this time it's the Patriots. I think it's going to be a different story. I think Aaron Rodgers is going to have a tough week, but I think I'm going with Hernandez's Pistol offense. Going with them. Isaiah Crowell going to have a big week. Cobb and Nelson aren't going to have 20-plus point weeks, but each of them, but they're going to have a good week. Still got Ryan Mallett in there, but Ryan Mallett out for the rest of the year, so I guess Cam Newton is going to play. I don't know. Cam Newton will be back to being the starter.
Ryan Mallett's out already?
Ryan Mallett's out for the rest of the year.
What's the Texans going to do?
I don't know.
I didn't hear that.
I don't know who they're going with, but Victoria's Secret, Eli Manning playing the Jaguars. Odell Beckham doesn't have to do his miracle work to beat the Jaguars. So I think Brandon Marshall Thursday night, I think he's going to have a big game. I like Victoria's Secret.
Commish?
Well, another interesting thing here, this is the first time these two teams have come head-to-head. And, looking at this on paper, I feel like Hernandez Pistol offense has an upside in this game. However, this week, assuming Julius Thomas is back in the lineup and somewhat healthy, I think Victoria's Secret has the edge this week and will come through victorious.
Special guest pick from Allan Henle.
Yeah, I don't know if Croswell's going to have as big of a week as he did last week. He tore the Falcons apart last week. I'm going to have to go with Victoria's Secret.
All right, I'm going Victoria's Secret. I think they get Thomas back, and I think the quarterback, the lack of great quarterback, is finally going to catch up to Hernandez Pistol offense. Next up, we're going to go through the rest of the picks. We're going to do what we like to call our fantasy pool pick lightning round.
Lightning round.
What that means is we say we're not going to talk about every one, but then I go to the Statman, he talks about them anyway, and we take just as long. But we're going to pretend we're going fast. First up.
Speed it up.
First up, we got the Ricky Bobby team versus Calvin who?
Calvin who? Calvin who? Calvin who? Calvin who? Calvin who?
Statman.
We'll make this quick. 2 teams in playoff contention. Andrew Luck versus Peyton Manning in the quarterback situation. Ricky Bobby team has Demaryius Thomas and Wes Welker. Calvin, who has Peyton Manning. I'm going Ricky Bobby team. Andrew Luck against the Redskins. I think he's going to have 30 points. Ricky Bobby team with the upset.
Commish.
This is going to be another close shave of the week, but I'm going Calvin who.
Guest pick.
Interesting, the first 2 times these two have matched up in this season as well. And
Just throwing out stats already.
He likes our league.
I think Calvin who's got it.
I'm going Calvin who as well. I think A.J. Green's going to have a big week this week. Going to really help him out. Next up, we got I Came In Like a Monte Ball.
I came in like a Monte Ball.
Versus the FCS Kickers, Statman.
FCS Kickers, Drew Brees on the road at the Steelers. Drew Brees not so good away from home. Going with I Came In Like a Monte Ball with Aaron Rodgers. I think Frank Gore is not going to have a good week, but wide receivers are going to be enough to make up for it. I Came In Like a Monte Ball with the win. Keeps the playoff hopes alive.
I think Acid Kickers have found a stride, and they're going to come through another victory this week.
Henley.
This is also a first game between the two in 2014. I know I said I came in like a Monte Ball, but I think FC Acid Kickers is in stride, and I think they're going to get the win.
I think last week was a fluke for the Acid Kickers. I'm going Monte Ball. Next up, we got Get Off Me.
Get Off Me.
Versus Victoria's Secret Statman.
Rematch of last year's championship.
Dun, dun, dun.
And if Get Off Me wants a shot in the playoffs, he has to get the win here. Unfortunately for him, I think Victoria's Secret gets the win. Get Off Me. He's going to need some help to make the playoffs. It's possible. We'll see what happens.
Commish.
Victoria's Secret.
Guest.
Victoria's Secret.
Allan Henle. I'm sorry, buddy. I'm going Victoria's Secret. Champ. Gonna champ it up. Next up, we got Hernandez's Pistol Offense versus Wolfgang United. Statman, Rocky Mountain High versus Hernandez. Who you got?
I like Wolfgang United's team in this one. I think they got a good shot at it, but I'm going Hernandez Pistol Offense to get the win.
Commish.
Hernandez pistol offense.
Allen.
Hernandez pistol offense.
I'm going Hernandez too. I think Rocky Mountain High is going to be way too high to get this down. All right, next up, we got a TV show matchup. Bitch Dogs versus Los Pandas Desnudos.
Oh, snap.
This is a good one.
That man, break it down. Or say what you say.
I'm going
Make
with...
it quick.
Wow, it's a tough battle. This could really be a third matchup of the week. Going Los Pandas Desnudos. Like the running back situation, Julian Edelman should have a pretty good week. Ruben Randall should have a good week against the Jaguars. Los Pandas Desnudos with the win.
Commish.
Los Pandas Desnudos.
Allan Henle.
Los Pandos Desnudos.
I'm going Bitch Dogs because I always pick myself. Next up, we got Calvin. Who?
Who?
Versus Wayne Enterprises. Statman.
I'm going Calvin Who. DeMarco Murray, huge week against the Eagles. I'm going to say 150 yards, 2 touchdowns. Peyton Manning does what he does. Calvin Who with the upset. Wayne Enterprises is going to have a down week.
Commish.
Wayne Enterprises.
Allan Henle.
I'm going to take Calvin Who.
I'm going Wayne Enterprises. I'm sorry, Calvin Who. Next up, we got San Francisco 69ers. And yes, that is a sex joke versus I came in like a Monte Ball.
I came in like a Monte Ball.
Statman.
San Francisco 69ers going against the Cunninghams. That's not been good for people this year when they played the Cunninghams in these doubleheader weeks. But I'm going 69ers in this one. Just too strong with the running backs.
Commish.
I think the Niners are hurting right now. I don't think they're going to come in strong against Monte Ball. I'm going Monte Ball.
Allan Henle.
I'm going with Monte Ball.
I'm going with Monte Ball. I think the Niners, that's a sex joke, get destroyed by the Cunninghams. Next up, we got the FC Acid Kickers versus Get Off Me.
Get off me!
Statman, what do you got?
Get off me gets the win. Wide receiver's awesome. Ingram cannot possibly be that bad again. Tannehill turned into a solid quarterback. Get off me.
Commish.
I think that's the potential of being another close shave. Rival matchup here between these two teams. I'm going Get Off Me.
I'm going to go with the FC Acid Kickers here.
All right, I didn't even have to say anything. Good job, buddy. I'm going Get Off Me. Next up, we got Wolfgang United Rocky Mountain High versus the Bench Dogs. Statman, tell me you think I'm going to win.
I think it's going to be a rough week for the Bench Dogs. That's okay. There's always next year. Wolfgang United with the win.
Wolfgang United.
Special guest star.
I'll take the Bench Dogs.
That's all I'm talking about. I'm taking the Bench Dogs too because I always pick myself. Last matchup of the week here.
Oh, it's a matchup right here.
Los
This is a good
Pandas
one.
Desnudos
This is a good one.
versus the Ricky Bobby team. Shake and bake. Statman.
I'm going with Ricky Bobby team. Like I said, Andrew Luck, think he's going to have a big week. Got the Denver wide receivers. I think these are going to be two of the higher scoring teams this week. I'd say both teams are in top 5 in scoring, but Ricky Bobby team gets the win.
You're in the top 5 for scoring. Commish.
This week I am, and I'm going Los Pandas Desnudos.
Super special guest star Allan Henle.
I'm going with Los Pandos Desnudos.
I'm going Ricky Bobby team. He got a new house and he's ready to destroy people.
He's going to be distracted.
That's true.
Maybe. Either way, saving the picks. Get your picks in, everybody. Statman, where are we at in the pick situation anyway?
The pick situation, the Bench Dogs with 50. The 5-0. Hits the 50 mark this year. Second is, I believe, Get Off Me and Los Pandas News with 43. So as long as you don't have a total dud week, you will clinch the crown for most right picks this year. That's pretty
You know what that
impressive.
gets me? Absolutely nothing.
No, it gets you bragging rights is what
That's
it gets
right. Bragging
you.
rights.
Nobody can pick games like this guy in the Big Dynasty League.
I can't win them, but I can pick them. Yeah, how about that? Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, this is Thanksgiving weekend, so there's lots of games on Thursday, not just the one Thursday night game. And
3 games.
3 games.
What are those games?
Those games are the Cowboys versus somebody,
The Cowboys versus the Eagles in Dallas.
Detroit versus somebody,
The Bears in Detroit.
And a third football game between two NFL teams.
The Seahawks versus the 49ers. And
Boom.
yes, that is... Oh, no, wait, no. Wrong.
That's not it.
Wrong.
If you're
Wrong
doing
one.
a
Wrong
49, it's
Wrong
something
one.
different. But anyway. Also, don't forget, waiver wire does not process till 6 p.m. Thursday, just like every other week. So...
You can't get any players that play in the 2 early games.
Not for this week, but next
for this week.
You can still waiver wire to pick them up.
Big week. Doubleheader week. Set your lineups. Make your picks. Make your fantasy picks. Last week of the year, 12. Nobody's gone 12-0 on the doubleheader weeks. Somebody needs to do it.
I'm excited. I think I might have it this year.
What?
You picked me twice, so I hope you're right.
I hope I'm right too.
Because that way means you can win twice.
I know, and I would be amazing.
What?
I think I have all 12 picks for the doubleheader week. Right.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go. At least one loss.
Ouch. Ouch. All right, ladies and gentlemen, happy Thanksgiving. Spend some time with your family, even if it's watching football, because that's the best way to spend time with family. And remember, we got a lot to be thankful for in America, especially for the fact that Bob Costas once had big guy.
And don't you dare go stand in the middle of 75 North, because I hope a car hits you if you do.
Alan,
That was
anything
nuts.
you want us to add?
Thanks for having me, guys.
All right, Allan Henle,
Welcome to the
special
show.
thanks to Allan Henle,
Official #1 fan
of Inside the Big
DL.
Dynasty League.
Yes. Official.
Yes.
Official.
Official.
All right, peace out. Yeah, hit the button.
I'm getting there.